Montessori schools are not a new phenomenon. They've been around for over 100 years. In the last decade, they've seen a resurgence. In this video, we'll explore how to market your Montessori school. We'll also discuss how to make your Montessori school stand out from the others. Now, we've made other videos about generic childcare marketing approaches, and they're valid for Montessori schools too. However, this video goes deep into the strategies that are specific to Montessori. Even if you run a long-established Montessori school, you will benefit from reviewing these 5 Montessori marketing strategies. If you're considering starting a Montessori school, this video is for you too. Planning marketing strategies before opening your school is much easier than marketing once it's open and filled with kids. In either case, the strategies in this video will help your outreach team boost enrollment in your Montessori school. You won't be using these strategies in isolation. Mix and match to get the best results for your school. Even if you're full with a waiting list, you're wise to continue strong outreach. In Britain, throughout the war, Cadbury Chocolate continued to advertise, even although their chocolate wasn't available. Why? To keep the business in consumers' hearts and minds. Marketing is all about creating and keeping a positive image of your school in prospective parents' imagination. You want them to think, oh yeah, there's that great Montessori school that the children love. When marketing a Montessori school in particular, well, not everyone knows what a Montessori school is. Hence, you need to communicate this clearly and positively in all your marketing materials. Your marketing materials set your school apart. Before you design the appropriate messaging and visuals, you want to know how you want parents to see your school. The word Montessori is thrown around by abandon by many preschool providers. Still, at its core, Montessori is a child-centered philosophy of education that focuses on the whole child, and it emphasizes experimental hands-on learning. Montessori schools may be traditional with age-based classrooms or preschools. They may be public or private, although most are independent. They serve children from 18 months to 8 years old. Montessori is a philosophy that values hands-on activities. It's not a curriculum per se. Montessori classrooms usually have an eclectic and ever-changing collection of Montessori materials and experiences designed to engage the child's mind and elicit natural curiosity. Dr. Maria Montessori wanted to free children from the rote learning that had filled traditional education for centuries. Thus, the child is engaged in self-directed learning. All this needs to come across in your marketing messaging. Prospective parents might not be aware of the particular benefits of the Montessori philosophy. However, rather than educating them in detail, use the Montessori approach itself to highlight what makes your school special and why this is beneficial to the children in your care. Montessori classrooms are arranged into spaces for different activities. Sometimes this is referred to as works. There will be many open-ended materials within each work area designed to teach skills and concepts, but not necessarily intended with an intended outcome or purpose. Children are encouraged to explore these materials on their own. Compared with non-Montessori, these are unique facets of your school, facets you can illustrate in photos, videos, in design elements, as well as text. Your website is at the heart of your marketing efforts, and that's with any daycare, childcare school, or preschool. It's the way most parents will find and research your school. Perhaps uniquely with Montessori schools, however, your website is an opportunity to tell a good story. Montessori is all about stories. It's a core foundation of the Montessori approach. And your school has a unique story. Your history, values, teachers, and children all contribute to the story of your school. They differentiate you from other Montessori schools. So when telling the story of your school, you have 2 audiences, potential and current families. For new parents looking to join, it's all about what your school offers that other schools do not. What is your competitive advantage? And this may be your school-specific approach or assets such as greenhouse or music room. For existing families, it's about reinforcing that you are a quality school, one worth their time and money. How does your school continue to meet the needs of the children? For both groups, you can talk about your teachers and their training. Are they explicitly trained in Montessori? Have they had experience working in a Montessori school? How do you keep up with industry best practices when it comes to hiring staff and staff development? In the age of Google, your website should be one of the top 5 results when someone searches for Montessori schools near me. So search engines like Google value high quality content, and telling a compelling story on your website can be great content for SEO. You will boost the search engine optimization of your page. Photos, videos, and design elements can be great ways to tell your story on your website, and they're shareable across social media. It can be hard to resist photos of the school, teachers, and children, which leads nicely to our next section. Your story lets you talk about your school in a compelling way on social media. Once you have a strong narrative on your website, highlighting elements across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn is a great way to draw new parents into your school. Now, telling the same story on social media gives your Montessori marketing cohesion. It will resonate and feel authentic. It can help to highlight 1 or 2 of your core values to draw on whenever you promote your school again. This will give you a sense of consistency that parents appreciate. Your Montessori school story will allow you to stand out from other Montessori schools, as well as traditional schools and childcare facilities. Parents are tired of generic marketing messages, so they tune them out. But they will stop and read a compelling story. So use social media to tell it. You can also use these platforms for conversations with your current parents and children. You can engage them on why they love your school and why others should send their children there. Photos, videos, and design elements are perfect for social media. Make sure you add a link to your school website on all of your social media sites and with every social media post. Your story is unique and special. Tell it and then promote it across all the channels. Don't compare your Montessori school with other forms of school, childcare, or daycare. They have different missions and approaches. Likewise, don't try to position yourself as better than other Montessori schools because you share the same ideals. The quality of Montessori schools varies as with any school. However, you gain no credibility by pointing out the faults of other institutions. Parents will appreciate your confident and authentic tone rather than trying to undermine the competition. Your brand includes the name, colors, and visuals that go with it. This will make your school's marketing materials look cohesive. The Montessori approach focuses on developing independence in children, so parents want to know how you help children become self-directed. Your unique branding demonstrates this, and it's a thread running throughout your marketing. Make sure it fits with your core values. People will not buy from a company that contradicts their beliefs, and parents won't either. You can create different colors for different sections of your website to highlight key elements. However, we found it's typically better to keep a consistent palette of about 3 to 4 main colors that you use everywhere. The consistent visuals that you use across your marketing materials, like print or social media ads, reinforce the cohesion of your brand. It keeps the story you're telling fresh in the parents' minds. Parents looking for Montessori education are particularly concerned about the quality of learning at your school. So awards and accreditation will make you stand out from other schools and give parents confidence in the quality of your Montessori credentials. Most of these awards and accreditations are going to be third-party. Examples include the Montessori School Accreditation Council, the American Montessori Society, the Association Montessori Internationale, and the International Montessori Council. Use your social media pages to highlight the awards you've won. You can add these to your website About page, but be sure to call them out on your home page too. When parents see that other well-known organizations have vouched for the quality of your Montessori education, well, they'll trust your school. This strategy works particularly well when you combine it with visuals, like logos and photos of awards. Now, there are many different strategies you can use to market your Montessori school and drive more people through the door. These 5 marketing techniques have been created specifically with Montessori schools in mind. They'll help you stand out from other schools in this competitive industry and let parents know what makes your school different from others. Did you find the strategies listed in this video helpful? What are some of your favorite ways to market your Montessori school? Get in touch with me now. I'd love to hear what you think. My email address is colin@childcareseo.com. I always respond in person and I respond as promptly as possible. So send me